This is Jamie,
And I'm Sonia.
and
And
we
we are
are
why?
why? Because
Because we said so. I told you it was never gonna work. We're never gonna get
wait a
it.
minute, we were much worse this week than we were last week. That's
That's true.
ridiculous.
That's true. That's true. We did
Oh
do
my
better
God.
last week.
Let's
It's
try
your
one more
fault.
time. Let's try
Okay.
one more.
Go.
Hi, I'm Jamie,
And I'm Sonia.
and we are why?
Why? Because we
Because
said
we
so.
said so.
No, that's
Yay!
even
We
worse.
did pretty good. That's a 98%. Yeah.
I promise you guys, we're gonna get it one day. I promise. That's our
100.
goal. That's our 2024 resolution.
Not the next year goal. We'll
Yes,
get it next year this time.
exactly.
Anyway, okay, so we're here today. Oh, Lord. If y'all read my Facebook post today, I forgot what we were going to be talking about. And I wrote this long Facebook post about what we going to be talking about. So this should be interesting. Go ahead, tell them, son.
So, guys, today we are going to be talking about love after loss. Both of the young ladies on here, we do have a special guest. We want to thank my friend, my soror, Tamika Brown, for coming on and sharing her story with us today, as well as my co host, Jamie Stone Jackson. So, what we're going to talk about today is dating after loss, after you've lost a spouse or if you've lost a mate. And are you willing to date again? Are you open to love again? And I'm going to just let them tell their stories because I don't have one. I tell my husband that he's going
Bless.
first. I'm just telling y'all that I do. I tell him that. But I
Right.
tell him, when I tell him that, I said, but I'm going about 5 minutes later. I said, but you have to go first. Because I
I
just
know
feel
that.
like he can't do nothing without me. I just feel like I have to take care of him. So, that's why, Lavert Shell, I have to take care of you. So,
You remember there was a like, well, I won't call it a poem, but a little thing that says, "May you live 100 years and me 100 less one day, that I may never know you passed away."
oh,
Do you
wow.
ever heard
No,
that?
I never heard that. Have
Oh
you heard that,
yeah,
Tamika? You heard it too? Oh, no, I
Yes.
never heard it.
yeah. So yeah, we all wish for that.
Yeah, and so I'm
Anyway,
going to tell you guys right now, even though this is kind of a heavy subject, I'm going to say something stupid somewhere in here. So I'm just letting y'all know.
oh, we're
So,
used to it. Trust me.
yeah, it's probably going to be something so far off the wall. But
No, that's okay.
not to belabor the
long as
time.
long as you don't say, "Girl, I understand. I got a divorce."
Oh, no, no, that's
Okay.
dumb.
I guess
That's dumb.
I guess I guess that's neck and neck.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, that's bad for even me. But
yeah.
so we're gonna go ahead and
Tamika,
get started. Stop.
I know. You know, I be
Okay.
walking all over when I'm talking. I was gonna say, so Tamika, you can, since you're a guest in our house.
Yes.
See, I was on target, girl.
Yes. That's what I was trying to get out.
Anyway, go ahead.
So if you
So
could
since
just,
I'm a guest,
just
I'm
get, yeah.
I'm put on spotlight first.
Yes, just go ahead and give us a little background and what do you think about that subject?
Well, okay. Little background. Um, it's hard. It's hard to date after you've been married for so long. I was married for 23 years, and I was with my husband probably another 2 years prior to that long distance, and then there was like a little gap in between, like maybe 5 or 6 years, and then another year before that. So we dated at a very long time. And I just never thought I'd be in this situation as to where, at this stage in my life, that I'm starting all over again, dating. And believe me, it's crazy. It's almost like you're still doing that.
Right, grown men.
Wow.
Right, grown.
Like, sir, we're like 100. What are you doing? Like, did you ever grow out of that? No.
No.
So, do you mind me asking what your husband passed from?
Um well, he actually had a heart attack. here at the house, and honestly, it was Christmas Day.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
So the holidays are really rough for us, and I try to do everything I can to make things normal. And for the kids, they were my oldest was in high school. I'm sorry, my youngest was in high school. My oldest was, I think, final year in college. He actually had um, the original heart attack here at the house. Um, got him to the hospital. Did the whole paramedics, like, took him to the hospital. They transferred him to the paramedics to another hospital, did a procedure. Then they decided that he needed a specialist. So went to Kennestone Hospital. And I want to say he was in the hospital probably about close to 3 months.
Oh, wow.
And, as someone who's used to doing everything, you carry a lot on your shoulders and you really don't think about it. You just do it. So it's like, okay, I have to go to work. I have to go to my second job. I have to take care of the kids. I got to go back and forth to the hospital. And you don't think about yourself.
mm,
And so we did that for a minute. He came home. We were super excited. And the actual heart attack, so he actually passed from complications. The surgery itself was successful. So when he died, it would have been like, oh yeah, he died from the heart attack, but no, it was complication from the surgery. Like when you have problems breathing and they hook you up to the machine and they put the trach down your throat.
mhm.
Mm.
So they scarred the inside of his throat, shoving that thing down his throat. Oh my God. And when you're in the hospital, you're on a cocktail of medications.
Correct.
So I think this is something that was masked.
Mhm.
So by the time he came home and they started pulling him off all of his medications, then it comes to find out the inside of his throat was inflamed. And so it swelled up and it caused for him to suffocate.
Wow.
Oh, my
So when
God.
did he actually pass? What date did he pass?
December 27th. So
Oh,
here at the house on the 25th, we were all here at the house gathering for the party. There was a lot of stuff going on, family members. It was really nice, really, really nice day. And that day was really I guess because he had been in the hospital for so long, it was one of those days where everybody just really sat around and talked about what they were thankful for and how much we all meant to each other. So it was a really great day.
mhm,
But by the end of the day, he was having problems breathing again.
mhm.
And just kind of, you
It's-
know,
No,
clap
I
What
the house.
year
understand.
was it?
2020. Worst year
Okay.
ever, right?
Mm.
COVID
COVID
and
and everything hit.
For everybody. I
Right,
mean,
right,
from the
right.
beginning of the year to the end of the year, that
Yeah.
just one for the books is just a straight up shit show.
Mm.
And
But
I did CPR on him. Paramedics came in, took him, and then of course we spent the next couple of days in the hospital. But then by that Sunday, because Christmas was on a Friday, that Sunday,
listen,
it was gone. And so most of the time I'm okay.
right.
When you're thinking about them, like I think about them, they're usually good thoughts. I can laugh about certain things. I can have like all of these great memories. The holidays roll around, and it's something about being alone around the holidays that just makes you feel sad.
How long did it take you before you decided you were going to date?
Um,
First
probably,
off, do you mind me asking your
probably
age?
about a year. No, I don't share anything that I haven't already, talked
Right.
about, discussed, whatever. I'm
right.
fine.
Okay.
I'm really the type of person where I don't really share a whole lot of my business in general, but when I talk, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna like.
Did you hear what she asked you?
I said about a year.
No,
No.
didn't you ask her how old she is?
Yes. I said, do you
Oh,
mind me
how old
asking?
I am?
Yes.
Yes.
we want to hear.
Give us a 10-year range. How about that?
Um, 53.
You're
Okay.
53, or that's the 10-year range?
No, she's
I'm
50.
53.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to
I'm
think
like,
about that for a minute too. And I'm
okay.
like, okay, what year are we in?
Okay. So so you started dating a year after he passed?
I
Okay.
started, I had a friend a
Hmm.
year and we really just talked on the telephone most of the time. We,
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend, and he allowed me to really talk about my husband. So it was really good
Mm-hmm.
for me. It was good for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Are you still dating?
Yeah. The
Okay.
same person? No.
No, no, no. Just in general. Just in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm the opposite. So, my husband passed from cancer 5 years ago. We were married 35 years, and we were together all of my life. And I think because everybody asked me, well, not everybody, but a lot of folks ask, are you going to date? When do you think you're going to date? Don't you want to get married again? I want none of it. I don't want to date. I don't want to go to coffee. I don't want to, I don't want it. And so I think for some people, my kids, they're like, they could care less. Well, I won't say that. They don't want me to, but they said, my daughter anyway said, if you choose to do that, Mom, that's on you. My son, he's more like his father, like, girl, you'll be okay. So,
Look, as he has a girlfriend, he's gonna tell you.
oh girl, yeah, he
Right.
You'll
is
be
not.
okay.
He could care less. I think it would probably, my poor baby would have a heart attack. I think, but they, I mean, I think overall they would not trip. It's me. And so I get all the time, well, don't you think Rocky would want you to be happy? And I'm like, it's me. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's me. And I just don't want to. It's just not important to me. Um, I have a large friend base. And so that's what I do. I enjoy my friends, so dating and all of that, I'm good.
I
I'm
think
good.
that's important, and it's really nice that you do have that support. One of the things that for me is I born and raised grew up in LA,
Hmm.
and I moved to Atlanta with to be with my husband.
Right.
I know nobody here. What I'm
Right.
saying? So
I feel
I
you.
have some extended family on my dad's side. I'm not really that close to them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and even though I've been here for a very long time, most of the people you come in contact with or you could be friends with, you're friends with them because you work with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then the type of work I was doing at the time, I was the manager, and you can't be friends with your staff like that.
Right. Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable.
so for
Yeah.
me, it was always like it was just me, my husband, and the kids. Me, my husband, and the kids.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. And then I looked up, and between I want to say 2016, the 2016 2017, my husband's mother, father, and grandmother passed away all within a 6 month period.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And okay, so then that chipped away to the number of people who I use as support.
Correct.
And
Correct.
then my husband passed away, and I'm like, okay,
Right.
what
Where?
am
Right.
I?
I
Like,
feel you.
I
I
can't
feel.
pack it all
I
up and go back to LA.
Yeah.
So it's
I
it,
moved. I was in Atlanta for 30 years. My husband and I moved to Atlanta with our children, and it was the same. We moved there. Most all 90% of our friends were married. Um, so it changes the dynamic. I mean, I left Atlanta in the middle of the pandemic and moved to Las Vegas with my daughter and her husband and kids. And I say I have a bedroom and a bath. I went from my house to a bedroom and bath. And it was interesting at first because of COVID.
yeah.
But my friend group was tight, strong. I mean, like they were flying if they needed to fly. I was flying if I needed to fly. I mean, I could get to people,
Mm.
and people could get to me. They were like, we got you. And I was very thankful for that. I mean, it was the thing that held me up, and it's still holding me up.
Mhm.
Um, I love to travel. That was a thing my husband and I did. And so I still travel, It's hard sometimes because places we've been before or stuff like that, it's hard, you know. But I think to bring a man into the picture for me is just not even. I was extremely spoiled, which I realized after the fact.
Understatement,
Girl,
but
terrible. I told my husband as we were talking right before he passed, I said, "Oh my God, I feel like a kept woman." The whole time he was sick, I never even, I'm like, I sit back now because now, you know, I be thinking about those things because your mind just is everywhere. And I thought, how was my bills getting paid? I never paid bills. So pretty much all the while he was sick, I wasn't paying bills. And I'm like, was he getting up paying bills? And I didn't know. I mean, it's crazy, you know. So now that I'm in this little, I've created a comfort zone for myself. I don't want a guy. I don't think they would understand me. I mean, I'm a lot to handle. I'm a lot for my girlfriends. I know a man, girl, it wouldn't work. It just would not work for me. I mean, because when you say no, I'm looking like, sir, what do you mean?
it's
that,
silly.
that doesn't work for me. So,
So hold, let me ask you this though. So Tamika, so you have decided that yes, you would like to date again. Are you interested in marrying again, or is it more so just dating? Because I heard you say that around the holidays it's really hard. Not just because he passed, but just because of the loneliness around the holidays. So
Mm-hmm.
is that something that you would consider?
It's not something that I'm actively seeking. So for me, I'm not the type of where I'm like trying to look for somebody because I got to get married because I want to, be married. Because some people just want to be married.
right.
I realize
Right.
that marriage is hard. It's a lot of work, and starting over is hard. Because honestly, the first year is like, wow, okay, honey, like we're doing this, we married. And then the second year, you're looking around like, did I really just do this? Then you start, it gets harder, and then you realize, okay, so you're like 7 years in, and finally it starts to even out a little bit more. You know, by year 9, 10, okay, cool. We're good. Can you imagine all of a sudden trying to start over? Well, it's like, you
Yeah.
I do watch everybody around me. I am really, really lucky. Sonia, I've never said this to you, but I'm really, really lucky and thankful for the group of women that, I'm surrounded with on a regular basis because, you know, they help me stay like in a good place. But at the
Mhm.
same time, everybody's married,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
you still kind of feel like an outsider,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you know, no matter where you go, no matter who you're with,
Yeah.
and I just don't like the feeling is just kind of like
Yeah.
you get tired of it.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, it you get a lot of envy when you see couples. You know I do. I know what I had. We were very affectionate,
Hmm.
all of that. And when I see couples, I'm thinking, oh, that's supposed to be me. You
Oh,
know, uh, and so that's hard. That to me is hard. Plus, how you move is hard.
you
I
want
mean,
to know something funny? Okay, so like in my last job, I used to travel a lot, right?
hmm
So they would, I would always be at these really like really nice resorts, but a lot of times, I mean, there's nothing but families and couples there.
right.
I'm at these resorts, I'm on the beach, and everywhere I look, they're coupled up. I go take, and I sit out on the beach, but I'm sitting out there by myself.
hmm
You know, so so when people are like, oh, what you doing? I was like, oh, I'm eating room service in the room. What you mean you're eating room service in your room?
Yeah.
You should be on the beach doing what? Watching other couples.
Right. It's hard. It's hard. People don't understand that it is extremely hard. And then when you go around other couples, I mean, like me, you know me, I was like, I mean, I like the long leg, high heels, short dress. I can't do that around my friends. You got to change how I move with my husband is different than how I can move out now. When I'm going to something, I have to, okay, Jamie, tone it down, sis. Because I'm around folks' husbands. I have to respect these people. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a lot that happens that you don't think about. Like, I would have never thought about that.
Right.
I have a couple, a husband and wife that I just love dearly because they'll go on vacation and he's like, he's my brother. And she, that's my girl. And so they'll go on vacation, be like, come on, go. We'll get a suite. You sleep in the living room. And I'm like, okay, and it works for us. We have no problem with it. They're cool with it, and
Jamie.
I tried.
Jamie, you low-key thruppling?
Oh my God. Wait a minute, I was going to say, what? No. Girl, oh my God. No, that's hilarious. No, but you feel like such an outsider. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't hang with my girlfriends like that. I hung with my husband like that. Our kids were grown, they were gone, we were empty nesters, we hung. I mean, we hung. So now when I have to, and my girlfriends are like everywhere. Like, they're not just in one central location. They're like here, here, here. So I'm flying. You got to fly to get to these people. So I mean, I don't know. For me, bringing a dude in, it really just doesn't work for me. It
Well,
doesn't.
I would
And
like
most people
be
want
in
to
a
know.
relationship. I want companionship. I want to be able to, have somebody to go out to eat with, to go to the movies, to like go to concerts. I want to do like couple stuff. I want to do those things.
Right.
I'm not necessarily trying to get married, but I also have to walk that thin line because my kids live with me. My kids are grown. And that tends to be something where you don't want me as a mom. I don't want my kids seeing me dating like all these different men, so I can't have people come to the house and everything.
Right.
And
yeah,
and they be looking at you sideways, like,
yeah. What mom doing?
Mama out there.
These streets.
Look, Mama out there thoughting.
Mama out these streets.
They're coming around. They're starting to understand that it's like, oh well, I'm going out tonight, or I'm going out. I try to prep them and everything.
Right.
Because I don't want them to. They still have to have respect for me at the end of the day, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to them, to myself,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
So there's
I think for me, I think most people, because I get asked this a lot, aren't you gonna date? When you gonna date? Don't you want to date? Let alone get married. I'm like, absolutely not. But I think most people are more curious, and I say, just ask the question you want to ask me. I'm not one of those people that I'm pretty upfront. I'm very transparent. If I ain't gonna tell you something, I ain't gonna tell you and nobody else. So
Jamie,
anything else,
right.
Jamie,
yes.
They want to know if you're getting your vessel watered.
Thank you. Not the water. Exactly. That's what they want to know, for sure. And so, and when I finally tells them, just ask me the question because I know what you want to know. And no, I'm not. I'm not having sex. I'm not. And it's a decision I have made, and I'm okay with the decision. It's not to, it's not, oh, he wouldn't want me to. It's none of that. I've had people go, well, he would have by now. We were one in marriage, but we were actually two separate people. What he would do is not what I would do. And we don't know what he would do because he ain't here. About that. Anyway, I'm just not interested in it. So for those of you that want to know that question and want to know the answer to that question, it's a no. I'm good.
So, this is actually a subject that we probably could talk about for a very long time, but we try to keep our podcast down to a certain amount of time. And I just want to take a moment to just thank you both for being so transparent, because at the end of the day, and like Lynette just said, do what makes you happy. You guys have to choose what makes you happy, and I know there's a lot of people who will decide, okay, yeah, I've done that. I've had that life. I've loved that life. And I know that in my heart and in my world that no one could ever, live up to what I had, or, and that's a decision you make. And then you make another decision that, hey, I love it. I liked the companionship. I like being around. I like the smell. I like the touch of a man. So, you make that decision on your own. And again, I appreciate you both for being so very transparent. And I hope that something you said can help somebody out there, because, some people are stuck and they really don't know which direction to go. And you have people in your ear saying, well, how could you do this, or how could you do that, and why are you doing this, and why are you doing that? When at the end of the day, it's whatever makes you happy.
It's funny to say that. I have a friend that I'm pretty sure she stopped speaking to me because she felt it was too young. I mean, it was too soon for me to start dating after my husband passed.
Yeah, you lose a lot of friends when you lose your spouse. You really do, and
that's something that
you
I did
lose a lot.
Expect, but it's like,
and then that's crazy, because
this
is my thing. I'm gonna tell y'all now. If that's what you choose to do, that is a thing that you choose to do. People always say what is a good time to wait after somebody passed? I mean, because at the end of the day, you could be walking and fall out yourself. So what is a really good thing?
I value time so much more now.
Yeah.
I said I really value time on this earth.
Exactly. Because we never
really
know.
Do.
We don't know.
You don't at all. At all.
But
so,
again, ladies,
I want to ask one quick question. I know we've gone over.
I'm gonna cut you off.
I know. I'm asking her, do you still wear the wedding ring or no?
Okay. So I had to take mine off to do it. Basically, I had to take it off for a ceremony.
And
I never put it back on.
Okay.
And my son has my husband's ring around his neck. So,
yeah. I still wear mine. I'm like, I don't.
Hey, your tagline is forever his wife, and that is okay.
That's it.
So again, ladies, thank you again so much. I appreciate you. I love you both, and I just appreciate again your openness and willingness to share. And I'm asking everybody if you could just share the information for the podcast. We are on YouTube. We go live every Wednesday at 7:00. We are on Facebook, so you can watch us there. So just invite people to follow and just join us in this journey, because we're going to have some other things that we want to talk about. Thank you, Lynette. Great show. Thank you, Angela, for the show. Thank you to my niece, Latina, for all your wonderful comments. I just love you guys for joining us. So thank you. And what's the name of this podcast again?
Why?
Because we said so. Deuces.
Thank you for having me.
Wait a minute. Let me say something. Mine matches my energy. Hers matches her energy. I just hate to tell y'all, we're never going to get it right. Just based on that.
It's okay.
Anyway, love y'all. See you next week.
Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.